Okay, guys, today we're going to go over how to find trucking companies by using the FMCSA website. The FMCSA website provides us with a lot of information about trucking companies. There's called the SAFER system, which SAFER stands for Safety and Fitness Electronic Records. This company snapshot is a concise electronic record of the company's identification, size, commodity information, safety records, including the safety rating and roadside out of service inspection summaries. Okay, so it gives us a lot of information about the companies, which we can take this information into consideration and decide whether or not we want to try to solicit our business to these trucking companies, right? Okay, so there's 3 ways that we can vet a carrier. What that would mean is vetting means simply taking the necessary steps to make sure that this trucking company is in service and hauls the type of freight that we are specialized in when we're dispatching, and to make sure also to find other pertinent information like, what is their safety rating? Do they have any out of service inspections? What type of commodity that they haul?
Are you interested in dispatching intermodal freight? You may ask, what is intermodal? Intermodal simply means the involvement of 2 or more modes of transportation in the conveying of goods. Let's just break that down. Exactly what does that mean? So, let's say, for instance, a ship has containers on it, and it arrives to a port in the United States. A trucker is assigned to a container that is on that ship at that port, and that trucker is going to go to the port and pick that container up and deliver it to its receiver or a warehouse. As the freight dispatcher, you're responsible for all the paperwork that is involved in that shipment. Join me in Dispatching Intermodal 101, where we dive deep into the dispatching process. We're going to go in the back office and show you everything that you need to know in order to be able to make that transition or that shipment as smooth as possible. Not only in Dispatching Intermodal 101 do we show you how to dispatch intermodal freight, but we also show you how to find intermodal carriers, how to locate and bid on intermodal projects or intermodal freight, how to set up your company, the terminology like ERD and LFD. If you don't know what that means, that could cost your carrier thousands. We're going to show you how to register your carriers to be able to go in and work in the ports. The Dispatching Intermodal course has over 57 lessons, 4 hours of audio and video trainings, templates for you to be able to implement and start dispatching right away in your business. Join us for Dispatching Intermodal 101.
Okay, you can search by the DOT number, the MC or MX number, or the name of the company. For an example, a lot of us, once we start our dispatch services, I highly recommend you to tell friends and family that you now have a dispatching business. If they know of a trucking company that needs a dispatcher, looking for a dispatcher, to give you a call. Okay, so let's say, for instance, a family or a friend calls you up and says, hey, my neighbor is looking for a dispatcher. He has a trucking company. This is the name of his trucking company. You would take the name of that trucking company, you would bring it over here to the SAFER company snapshot. So we would click on name, and we would simply type in the name of the trucking company that our friend or family member gave us, right? So I'm going to put it in here, and we're going to click search. It comes up, California Intermodal Associates Logistics Incorporated, right? And they're out of Commerce, California. So we're going to click here, and we're going to look to see what information that we can get about this company. Now, off the bat, we see that this company is a carrier and a broker. We do not want to solicit our dispatching business services to this particular trucking company. Why? Because it says that they're a carrier and the broker. They're probably already brokering their own loads. Okay, so we will go back to the drawing board. Let's say we're going to get another carrier. And we'll type that information in here. All right, we found another one. Now the entity type says carrier. This is who we're looking for. We are looking for just carrier in this box. Operating status is authorized for property. This is great. They are in business. They are authorized. If they were not, it would have been in red letters and it will say not authorized. We have the name of the company here. We have their address. We have their phone number. We can drop down. We'll see that here's their USDOT number. Here's their MC number. They have one power unit, and we'll come over here and we'll see that they only have one driver. Okay, so this would mean that this is a owner operator. The owner of this company more than likely drives his own truck. It doesn't mean that that have to be the case, but we know that they do have at least one truck. He's authorized for hire. He is an interstate carrier. Interstate means that he can go over all 48 states. Guys, we already know we can't drive to Alaska or Hawaii. We have to go by plane. But for all 48 states, he's able to drive to. Intrastate would mean that if he only had a USDOT number, then he would be an intrastate carrier. Intrastate means that he could only haul freight for the state that he got his MC in, okay, which would be called his origin state. And this HM stands for hazardous materials. So if he had a hazardous certification, that it will be a check here. And if it was, this is intrastate only for non-hazardous materials, okay? And we're coming on down to see what type of freight that he has checked off here. He has general freight. Okay, by him having general freight here means that he could haul any of this type of freight. Okay, so we would definitely have to call him to get more details as to what type of freight or trailers that they may own. You can come on down further here and we can look and see how many inspections. This has to be a fairly new company because he has no inspections, okay? There's no fatal, there's been no injuries, there've been no tolls, and then there's no total because there's, nothing here, and so on and so forth. So this is a lot of information about this company that we can jot down when we're looking to start calling to solicit our business too, correct? All right, so now we know we have a phone number. We have their address. It doesn't show a name here, but you want to call and ask for the operations manager. Okay, we'll go a bit further, and we'll come over here to what's called the SMS results. And we want to come on down to carrier registration details. Okay, so here, carrier registration details, we again have the company's name, the DOT number, the address. This time we have an email address. So guys, you can start a cold calling list listing all of the information that you have here about this trucking company along with their email now. So you can put them on like an email blast and offer your services that way. If you are a person who does not like cold calling or does not find it to be, that you get a results from cold calling. But I would definitely try cold calling and email. People love to get you on the phone and hear more about your services through an actual person. Okay. This is a little bit more information down here. He only has checked off that he has truck tractors. So this is more than likely a power only. If he only has a tractor, he does not have a trailer. So do you see how we got more information here? He is a power only, meaning he just has the truck only. He doesn't have no trailers, no trailers. So we would put him on our power only list. Okay. Now, we found out all of that information by simply going to the FMCSA website, Safer, which we're here, and using the company name. Okay, so let's try one using an MC number. God, I was just prepared today, so I did find an MC number prior to the training, so I wanted to be as efficient as possible. So here is looking up the MC number, and you may say, where in the world am I going to get an MC number? But just think about it. When you're driving in your car and you stop at the red light and you're on side of a 18-wheeler, if you look at the door, their name of the company will be on the door along with their DOT and MC number. I can't tell you how many times I whipped out my phone and took a picture of the MC numbers, got home and ran them through this site and called them if I saw, things in this portion here that I was familiar with dispatching. Okay. So general freight, I also associated with dry vans. And of course, I was doing hot shot work, which was dealing with a 53-foot trailer, flatbed trailer. So they could haul, beams and lumber, building materials, so on and so forth. So when I seen criteria down here that I was used to, that gave me some power or confidence, when I called them to solicit my dispatch business too. In this case, I am an intermodal dispatcher, so I see here that they not only is it in intermodal in their name, but he also has checked here intermodal containers. So I know for sure that this is an intermodal carrier, okay, along with all of the other information I can put on my list. Guys, don't get scared because you see 27 here as the number of power units, okay? And that they've driven over 1 million, almost 2 million miles. I would say in my experience, this company probably already has several dispatchers. They may not need your services, but you have to think outside of the box. What can you learn from this company? Every call or cold call that you make should not just be focused on getting the business, getting a new carrier under your belt. It should also be focused on what can I learn from this carrier? Once you start cold calling, you're going to see that some of these guys, they like to talk. If you allow them to talk and not over talk them, not put yourself out there on the spot saying too much and allow them to talk, they're going to notice that, this person is a person that's going to listen to me. This person has my best interest at heart. This person, is going to take in consideration what I'm saying. So allow these carriers to talk to you when you're cold calling them instead of you doing most of the talking about your service and what you can do for them. Okay.